Tonight at 9, the race for the White House heats up, but not on the debate stage. The latest from each candidate's town hall events.
And get ready to rev up your engines. We take you on an inside look on one family's love for cars and a preview of this weekend's event.
It looks like fall has made its return back into our area. Oh, we also have those rain chances coming up. We have those full forecasts coming up.
From the heart of Ball State University, live from the Unified Media Newsroom, NewsLink Indiana starts right now.
Good evening. Thanks for being with us. I'm Logan Salzbrenner.
And I'm Lily Cedardall. Tonight in election 2020 coverage, President Donald Trump is wrapping up, and former Vice President Joe Biden is still answering questions from voters in his town hall.
These separate televised events replaced what originally would have been a face-to-face debate for the second presidential debate. President Trump is finishing taking questions in Miami on NBC, while former Vice President Joe Biden is in Philadelphia on ABC. The town halls are taking place in swing states in hopes to give undecided voters another chance to make their final decisions before sending in ballots. The events offer different ways for the nominees to present themselves to voters after a chaotic first presidential debate. Voters are asking important questions that could make or break their voting decisions come Election Day.
NewsLink Indiana Midday will give you a recap of the town halls tomorrow morning at 11:30.
A political editor for C-SPAN has been suspended after admitting he lied about his Twitter feed being hacked. Network officials say Steve Scully is on administrative leave for his actions. The C-SPAN editor sent a tweet to Anthony Scaramucci saying, "Should I respond to Trump?" after Trump labeled Scully a never-Trumper. After the tweet, Scully claimed he was hacked. The network's senior executive producer has admitted the comment was not true and has since apologized for lying. Scully was set to moderate the presidential debate that was supposed to happen tonight.
Voting for Judge Amy Coney Barrett's confirmation hearing is now complete. Now it's a waiting game until Thursday, when lawmakers are scheduled to vote on whether or not to confirm Barrett to the Supreme Court. John Lawrence is in Washington with the latest.
Judge Amy Coney Barrett moving closer to a seat on the Supreme Court of the United States.
I would say you're one of the greatest picks President Trump could have made.
Barrett was grilled over a 2-day period on issues including health care, voting rights, and the environment.
Do you believe that climate change is happening and is threatening the air we breathe and the water we drink?
I will not express a view on a matter of public policy, especially one that is politically controversial.
You've made your point clear that you believe it's a debatable point.
If Barrett is confirmed, she will succeed the late Justice Ruth Bader Ginsburg and give the High Court a 6-3 conservative majority.
We've seen that our Democratic colleagues have very few questions actually to raise about Judge Barrett's qualifications.
Among the questions Barrett wouldn't answer included whether she would recuse herself in a possible legal battle over November's presidential election.
I certainly hope that all members of the committee have more confidence in my integrity than to think that I would allow myself to be used as a pawn to decide this election for the American people.
I'm John Lawrence reporting.
There were no red flags in Barrett's FBI background check, according to 2 senators from each party.
The latest coronavirus headlines tonight: Governor Eric Holcomb has tested negative for COVID-19. His results come just one day after State Health Commissioner Dr. Christina Box tested positive for the virus. The governor was a close contact of Box and got tested after yesterday's briefing. Chief Medical Officer Dr. Lindsay Weaver also got tested out of an abundance of caution. Her results were also negative. Holcomb will return to his normal schedule, and Box will continue to work from home. She said yesterday she was asymptomatic.
Although flu season is already here, one organization is trying to help. Zach Jones has student reactions.
Ball State University and the Indiana Immunization Coalition, Inc. are working together to provide all students and staff with free vaccines.
Yes, I am getting the flu shot because I want to be safe for myself and make sure everyone around me is safe. It's a lot going on in the world, so I just want to be safe.
I usually get it every year, regardless of COVID, just as a way to stay safe.
While some will be using this free opportunity, others aren't too sure about it.
I know a lot of people who have gotten the flu shot and it's not really effective.
If you would like to use this opportunity to get a free flu vaccine, well, you still can. The clinic will be held tomorrow from 10 a.m. to 4:30 p.m. Just make sure to enter through Gate 1. In Muncie, Zach Jones, NewsLink, Indiana.
For more information on clinics in the future, check out ballstatedaily.com.
In campus coronavirus news, Ball State has reported 3 new positive coronavirus cases in students and 0 in staff in the last 24 hours through their partnership with IU Health. 2 positive student cases have been reported from other sources. There are an estimated 46 active cases. Statewide, Hoosiers have seen an additional 1,962 positive cases.
Taking a look nationally, health experts have growing concerns about the record-setting coronavirus cases. Johns Hopkins University reports more than 59,000 coronavirus cases and 985 COVID deaths. CNN Nick Watts reports.
Nearly 60,000 new COVID-19 infections across America yesterday. Highest tally in a couple of months.
This is now unconscionable this late into the outbreak.
The Atlanta Falcons won't practice today after a positive test, and perhaps the biggest name in college sports is now COVID positive.
I feel fine. I felt fine. I was very surprised, by this.
These are the nationwide daily case counts. Bad in the spring, worse in the summer, rising again, rising fast. A call to arms in NYC, our one-time epicenter.
Simple as this. Crucial week. This is the week to stop the second wave.
This week, 21 states logged their highest average daily case counts ever.
We've got to get these numbers down, and if this trend continues, our hospital capacity will be in jeopardy.
In just a week, the number of COVID-19 patients in the hospital in Indiana jumped 25%. In Ohio, 28%. In Delaware, 30%. In Minnesota, 32%. In Wisconsin, more COVID-19 patients in the hospital now than ever.
If there was a major car accident today in Green Bay between all the hospitals, we wouldn't be able to take care of it.
But advisors to our president reportedly promoting herd immunity, aka let it rip.
I think that we just got to look that square in the eye and say it's nonsense.
It leads to unnecessary cases and it leads to unnecessary deaths.
What might have been New Zealand, small island nation, granted, but 25 deaths total. Why? Quick action, real border closures, a nationwide lockdown, strong test and trace. This, according to a new study in The Lancet. Here, cases are rising, temperatures are falling. Some say the first wave never ended. Here comes the second. So, Thanksgiving?
You may have to bite the bullet and sacrifice that social gathering.
The country is now averaging more than 52,000 new cases a day. This number is up from 16% from last week.
Around the globe, other nations are also in different reopening stages because of the coronavirus pandemic. Peru authorities announced the reopening of Machu Picchu today. The gradual reopening will begin Saturday. The landmark has been closed for 7 months because of the virus. Locals will be able to visit the site starting October 17th. National travelers will be able to tour the ruins in November, while international visitors will have to wait a bit longer. Daily visitors will be limited to 675 people a day in groups of 8. Well, hopefully Peru is having better weather than we've been having, especially with their new opening. I know today I had to whip out my rain boots and I was not happy about it.
I know, I was not expecting to get my umbrella and raincoat out as well. Ryan, what do you have for us?
Well, actually, we don't have to worry about the rain right now. The rain has pretty much moved out of the area right now, but that was a result of a cold front that came through the area earlier today and dropped those temperatures big time, which you will see here. Look at this, the current temperatures right now, 47 degrees in Indianapolis, 49 degrees in Muncie, and 45 degrees in Fort Wayne. But the biggest thing is we have to worry about is the major temperature difference from this time yesterday. Look at it, 23 degrees cooler in both Indianapolis and Muncie. We have all those temperatures coming up in just a bit.
Thank you, Ryan. Now, if the weather isn't stopping you from your weekend plans, it may be the pandemic.
Old-style cars, motorcycles, all things people will be able to find on Madison Street Saturday. Despite a couple road bumps in June from the pandemic, it's all green lights from here.
We've had, I think, bigger crowds because everybody was stuck at home, and this gives them a chance to get out.
Troy started the cruise in 2018 because of the love he has for cruising. It's even become a family trait.
It's kind of cool growing up and hearing him talk about cruising back in the day and stuff like that, and all the old cars and hot rods.
And now?
It's kind of cool to live it myself. It's kind of nostalgic in a way.
This Saturday will be a little different for Troy.
I normally cruise in a Jeep Wrangler.
Instead, Troy can be spotted in a 1964 Mercury Marauder along with someone else.
Yeah, it's Fred.
The Waters say the cruise is for everyone no matter the age.
I know a lot of people in the car community around here look forward to it.
But the best part is that
It's just kind of nice to see people enjoying themselves over it.
in Muncie, Brittany Dobbins, NewsLink, Indiana.
Now, there's no charge to go to the cruise.
And if you would like more information, you can go to ballstatedaily.com.
You might want to check your email. A major bookstore chain has suffered a cybersecurity breach.
And the pandemic has brought an increase to a lot of different activities. Find out which is next.
Riding the bus is an easy thing to do. Last year, we carried 60,000 riders from the Ball State area. 50,000 of those were students. Anywhere you want to go, MITS will take you there.
So, I just moved in with this family, and it's embarrassing. The little one, he likes to go outside and crawl around in the giant litter box. I don't know what he's doing. I mean, I was born and I knew how to use the litter box. Look at that! That's disgusting! Oh, poop already! You're making me nervous. Oh, okay, I can't look at this anymore. I really hope he grows out of this, for his sake.
Welcome back. Barnes & Noble says it suffered a massive cybersecurity attack this week. This attack exposed customers' information like email address, phone numbers, billing, and shipping addresses. The bookstore retailer sent an email to customers about the data breach. The company made it clear that customers' financial information was not exposed. This data breach comes at a time when many bookstores heavily depend on online sales right now because of the coronavirus concerns.
Kimberly-Clark brand issued a recall on some of its Cottonelle flushable wipes because of possible bacterial contamination. The bacteria found in affected packages could lead to infection in some immunocompromised individuals. The recall only affects packages made between February 7th and September 14th of this year. To find out if your items are affected, search the lot number on the bottom of the package on the brand's product recall information page.
If you catch yourself snacking more during this pandemic, you are not alone. CBS released this survey's results showing 2 out of 3 American adults are snacking more at home. The survey shows that over half of them are choosing healthier snacks compared to before the pandemic. The retailer says it's offering a larger selection of healthier choices to keep up with customer demand. The customer announced it is adding a dozen new selections of Gold Emblem line pre-made meals to the nationwide stores.
The maker of a popular meal or snack for college students is looking for a chief noodle officer. Top Ramen is offering to pay $10,000 to a lucky ramen fan to develop and test new ramen noodle recipes, plus a 50-year supply of Top Ramen products. For a chance to be selected, post a picture of your own Top Ramen creation to social media with the hashtag #HowDoYouTopRamen. Act fast, submissions will only be accepted until October 30th. Well, I don't know about you, I am not the hugest ramen fan, however I am a huge snack fan.
Yeah, I've definitely snacked a lot during the pandemic and stayed inside more because of the weather. Ryan, what do you have for us?
Well, you better stay inside because we're going to have some of the coldest air of the season coming up. I have all that coming up on the full forecast after this.
If I could go back and change it all, I would. I think I'm gonna miss you the most. I'm sorry. I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. Maybe it's just the little moments. If I could go back and change it all, if I could go back, I would. But I can't.
Today I'm going to talk to you about physics. Come on in, girls. Let's go. This is the first rocket to get humans to Mars.
Really tall.
I'm a rocket structural engineer, designing and building parts of the rocket. You are the generation that will be stepping foot on Mars. Do I have a group of astronauts on my hands?
Yes.
You can become a rocket scientist or whatever else you want to be.
Hey, Bobo, do trees tell each other stories?
I'm sorry. I'm afraid I don't know that.
Hey, why don't we go find out? Listen.
Do clouds take naps?
I couldn't tell you.
Dad, do stars visit their friends?
Look!
One in 3 adults has pre-diabetes. That means it could be you, your favorite brother, your other brother,
Yes.
you, your football buddy, your football buddy, you, your plumber,
Breathe right into your foot.
your plumber's masseuse,
Yes.
you, your dog walker, your cat jogger. With early diagnosis, pre-diabetes can be reversed. Take the risk test at doihaveprediabetes.org.
Welcome back to NewsLink Indiana. Taking a look outside, it is looking a little more clear. Hopefully that rain is going to be staying away, even if it's a little bit chilly. Ryan, what do you have for us?
Well, yes, the rain is going to stay away from us for right now, but we are not going to escape the cool air, because that is really going to be a major effect as we go through to the next few days. Take a look at these temperatures right now. 47 degrees in Indianapolis, 49 degrees in Muncie, and South Bend is also at 47 degrees at this time yesterday. But the big thing I want to discuss here is the major temperature drop. Keep in mind, we was at 80 degrees just on yesterday, and now look at the temperatures right now. We might worry about a possible freeze at this time. Look at these temperature differences at this time yesterday. Shelbyville, 23 degrees colder this time. Terre Haute is almost 26 degrees, and look at that, almost 30 degrees colder than it was at this time yesterday in Lafayette. So temperatures have really taken a dive for this time yesterday, and I was actually going to bring up the fact, because of that, we have a freeze warning. Yes, a freeze warning at this for tomorrow morning. It goes through tomorrow morning. Something we have to keep in mind. So you just got to make sure that you bundle up when you go out tomorrow. As you take a look at the radar is basically just showing you that most of the rain that you've seen today pretty much moved out of the area. We also that was pretty much a resemblance of a cold front that came through the area. But all that rain right now, as you see, it pretty much is in Ohio right now. So we don't have to worry about any of that right now, but we do have some rain that is going to be coming up in our forecast later on. I'll show you that in just a second. But first, I want to show you these next 8 hours. Right now, it's still pretty much cloudy in the area, but we will see those clouds clear out in the area, and those temperatures are going to start to drop off with those clear skies in the area. Temperatures are really going to take a hit, especially as you go through the overnight hours later on in the overnight hours. For tonight, mostly clear, but cold. 31 degrees for a low. Some of the coolest air of the season today, coming up tonight. Winds will be out of the west-northwest at 5 to 10 miles an hour. Now, as you take a look at precision-cast, again, those skies will be clearing out as we go through the area, but you're not going to see too much in the way of a temperature. But at the same time, you will see that those clouds will be lingering around as we go through the course of the day tomorrow. But again, not going to amount too much of anything. But you really would want to bundle up tomorrow morning. As you see at 8 a.m., temperatures will be 34 degrees and 8 a.m. and 57 degrees at 3 p.m. as you go through the day. Now for this weekend, Saturday will be 61 degrees, or mostly sunny skies. But as you see On Sunday, there'll be rain in the area, 61 degrees. So Saturday will be the better of the 2 days to make sure you get these taken care of, take that walk or whatever you need to do. Because the 7-day forecast is going to show that as well. As you see, tomorrow, 58 degrees. But look at those lows, 34 degrees. And Saturday, we're going to be sitting pretty much in the 60s as we go through. And those rain chances, something we desperately need at this time right now. 65 degrees on Tuesday, 70 degrees on Wednesday. But those temperatures will drop right back down into the 60s on Thursday. So pretty much you see that, we got those school temperatures that's coming back in the area. We've got some much needed rain that's going to also be in the area as well for this week, for next week. So we could really use it, but wish summer was still around,
I know. I'm definitely glad to see kind of the rain get out of the forecast, but I'm not excited for the freezing temperatures. Tonight in sports, we'll check in with Ball State senior quarterback Drew Plitt and hear his goals for the season.
And we'll give you an update on this weekend's local high school football matchups.
Hey, did you know 2.4 million loving cats and dogs in shelters and rescues need our help to find a home? Let's go to the shelterpetproject.org and meet if you are in a shelter near you. Harlow, oh, she's one great listener who loves to hear all your stories. My kind of cat. Cerulo is a sweet, goofy boy who's eager to please. Sounds just like another dog I know. So go to the shelterpetproject.org, search your local shelters and rescues, and go for a cuddle with your next best friend. Adopt.
Problems. The ones nobody talks about at cocktail parties. We go looking for them. No matter the obstacles, no matter the odds. We surround a community's most critical problems. And we fight. United Way fights for the health, education, and financial stability of every person in every community. Will you?
It doesn't take a scientist to cure hunger or a fancy economist to create safe housing. It takes imagination, creativity, sweat equity. And I think of kids going to school hungry. Hunger, homelessness. In this land of plenty, seriously? Come on, we could fix this. Help out, or don't. The choice is yours.
Weeknights, NewsLink Indiana brings you the news before you go to bed.
But Friday mornings, you're waking up with Cardinal weather. We've got the latest news headlines.
Freezing temperatures have set in all the way down in Louisiana.
One man dead after flooding in Venice, Italy.
Up-to-the-minute weather conditions.
Cold temperatures are the story this morning.
And of course, lots of fun.
It is not
What
funny.
on earth is happening there?
I feel sorry for the little guy.
I've got my socks on. Annie with her curly hair, which is actually never curly. Join us Friday mornings at 8 on Facebook Live.
Welcome back to NewsLink Indiana. I'm Vincent Martirano with sports. NewsLink Indiana's Darius Black sat down with Drew Plitt to get his take on the upcoming season.
Football to some, it's just played in between four lines, but to senior quarterback Drew Plitt, it's much more than that.
I started to play when I was about 7 years old, and ever since then I've never wanted to not play, and it's one of those things that just means the world to me, and I don't know what I'd do without it.
With the season now back on, Plitt has a chance to catch McNew on the all-time passing list, but that's not the ultimate goal for him.
The awards come, the records come as you play, and they really don't matter as long as you win for me. My ultimate goal is to go out and win a MAC championship.
With the offensive success last season, Drew Plitt does realize some challenges the offense could face.
Moving into this year, it doesn't just come easy. We know that there's going to be a target on our back. People are going to look at that, and it's not just going to happen. So we have to go out with the same mindset that we did last year.
But with all those challenges, Drew Plitt and the Cardinals are ready for the long road ahead as they try to reach the MAC championship. In Muncie, Darius Black, NewsLink, Indiana.
The Cardinals' first test will be on the road November 4th against Miami, Ohio. Moving from the shoe to high school football, Friday Night Lights wrapping up the regular season this week. And we've got quite the schedule on tap. Let's take a look. At 7 o'clock, Blackford giving it a go against Oak Hill. Westell making the hike out to Fremont. Now to Muncie Central, the Bearcats squaring off against the undefeated Lafayette Jefferson. And Eastbrook is taking on Madison Grant. Shortly after at 7:30, Delta traveling to New Pal. Both teams are sitting at 6-1. Newcastle is matching up against Greenfield Central. Yorktown is playing the 8-0 Mount Vernon, and Monroe Central going against Shenandoah. There's going to be a lot of football happening this Friday, and you can keep up with all the live scoring updates, in-game updates on our Twitter at NLI Sports. And finally, switching to the volleyball courts, we're following up on the recent update of the Ball State women's volleyball team's goals for this season. The team, while happy to be back, is now trying to take a look at how they can move forward despite the pandemic. With new regulations and requirements, women's volleyball is working hard to stay focused.
Our focus has never been about just playing matches. We have really put an emphasis on just one day at a time. And so what can we focus on right now? We just really put an emphasis on getting better today.
Improving each day is not the only goal. So is growing team chemistry. Without being able to grab meals, travel, or attend events together, the Cardinals haven't been able to have that quality time as a team.
I think the girls are taking it upon themselves, and they understand, that's a huge, the joy of getting to play is that chemistry and that relationship that you build with your teammates. So I think that they're also taking upon themselves to make sure outside of the gym that they're connecting with each other.
And I'm excited for the start of the basketball season now that football season is coming to a close. What about you guys?
Yeah, I'm really excited to head home and catch a couple of games, so I'm really excited for it.
Absolutely.
We've got a final checkout weather in just a moment.
Here you go.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
No problem.
Just like the rules to surviving Zombieland, there are steps you can take to be prepared for an emergency.
It's the right thing to do.
Talk with your family to make a plan. Look for safe areas to meet up if separated. And stock up on supplies. It's never too early to get prepared, so start now.
Right now?
Right now. You can't predict emergencies, but you can be ready.
You're welcome, America.
Visit ready.gov today to learn more.
Jordan knows he shouldn't eat this entire bowl of nachos, but tonight he's earned that right. Because a few hours ago, in the middle of happy hour, he recognized a sign. Not from the gods or a bolt of lightning, but from a double heart, a kissy face, and a fourth ha in ha ha ha. That's when Jordan knew he was buzzed. So when it was time to go, he got a ride home instead of driving. Be a legend like Jordan. Recognize your buzzed warning signs and get a ride home. Buzz driving is drunk driving.
Welcome back. Now it's time for our anchor picks. If there was any doubt that the launch of Disney Plus became a huge success for Disney, the company took all of that away after a major reorganization was announced Monday. Under the company's reorganization, Disney created a media and entertainment group in charge of monetizing content and ad sales. Disney hopes by further monetizing content that in demand will make up for revenue and lost profit during the pandemic. The streaming service is not even a year old and has more than 60 million subscribers.
And you might not be able to go trick-or-treating this year, but that doesn't mean you can't have a little fun with your pets. Millions of people are planning to dress their pets this year. According to a new survey by the National Retail Federation, 10% of pet owners are choosing a pumpkin for their furry friends. Other popular costumes are a superhero and dressing a dog as a cat. PetSmart says it's safe to dress up your pet this year, but introduce them to costumes carefully. Ryan, let's hear what you have for us.
Well, cool temperatures are going to dictate pretty much this weekend, but we do have some rain chances that's going to be in the area as well, something we desperately need for right now. But temperatures will moderate just a little bit, but we could cool right back off at the end of the week.
That's all tonight for NewsLink Indiana. Be sure to join us again tomorrow morning at 8 for our sister show, Waking Up with Cardinal Weather, streaming live on their Facebook page.
And for news anytime, anywhere, go to ballstatedaily.com. Have a great night.